Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Whoa. Sorry, trying out some new headphones.
They're good.
Yeah.
They seem
so far so good, huh?
Seem very tight.
Did anybody die from that? No, I don't think so.
You don't know
so
this.
It's perfect. You have any headphones in there, Corby? Like this? Like this the Sony's?
What happened over there?
One of the ears blew out. One of the sides blew out in these.
Oh no! But you've got your molded ones that you have, right?
Oh, a long time ago. Those blew out a long time ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So now we're
but the good thing is they were only, I don't know, $1,500 is all.
Oh no!
I think the company paid it though.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
Do you have the receipt?
From like 10 years ago?
Is there a warranty?
Probably not.
Okay, so we're on the third string headphones, and we're going to have some audio leakages today, it sounds like.
Sounds like.
Oh, no. Oh, look, Corby, look at this, though.
Look at this, Corby.
He's arrived on the scene.
He's come through.
Well,
you are an incredible man.
See if this does the trick.
Thank you.
Thank you, Corby.
Sorry to do this technical stuff right in the beginning of the show.
You know what? I think the audience appreciates it, and that way they don't risk hearing the loud...
The squealing?
The squeal that will damage their eardrums if this continues. So here we go. You plug that in. Switching gears here. Fourth string. We're on the fourth string headphones now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. These will do nicely, I believe. Thank you, Corby.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yeah, something's wrong with... Look at these. These are, I don't know, defective...
I had to use those. Yeah,
they're handy-capable headphones.
I cracked this headband last week, and I was using those. You're lucky you're not using those for too long, because what happens with those is that they shed the little black specks everywhere.
Oh, good.
So your ears are covered for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it's good that you bailed on those.
Yeah, I'm thinking it is for a number of reasons now. All right, well, welcome.
Here we are.
It's Tuesday. It looks like 3 Republicans are going over to the dark side, and they're gonna vote yes. That's on Ketanji Brown Jackson for the Supreme Court. Those 3, I bet you could say it with me: Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Mitt Romney.
There you go.
I don't know.
53-47, like we predicted, and those were the 3.
Douchebags. So there you go.
So Mitt Romney, though, he voted against her.
Yeah, he did.
Right? And as somebody pointed out on Twitter, forgot who this was, said, so wait, so she's more qualified now that he is aware of her giving lenient sentences to pedophiles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hard to believe, but yeah, I guess so. They're going to vote to confirm her because she is immensely qualified and honorable. Oh, all right. So should ask some of the victims of the predators that have gotten light sentences how honorable she is, how qualified she is. When you hear the absolute rulings from this woman, and she can't defend them. She won't defend them. She won't state what a woman is. Is she going to have any Title IX cases come before her? Probably in the next little while. I'll bet she does. And none of that figures into your equation.
Yeah, and don't forget, she also sits on the board of a school that has approved curriculum consistent with critical race theory teaching for young kids.
Well, isn't that wonderful? So those kids are going to be well-rounded, open-minded, inclusive, and tolerant people. Good. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. So we got that going for us right now. In the Russia-Ukraine war, Volodymyr Zelensky is going to address the UN Security Council amid the outrage over the Bucha deaths. He's going to do that. He's going to do that today as Russia faces growing condemnation over alleged atrocities. Zelensky said Monday that at least 300 people had been killed and tortured by Russian forces in Bucha near Kiev before troops pulled out of the besieged town. Then they pulled out, and there were just dead bodies all over the streets.
Yeah, Russia tried to play that off like, oh, the Ukrainians did that. They were setting us up. And satellite images show that these bodies have been here for weeks, and they were definitely there because of the Russians.
And so they shot them down and just left them there? Wow.
Well, in some cases, they're saying they were tortured.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Really bad. Biden said, you saw what happened in Bucha. He's a war criminal, meaning, obviously, Vladimir Putin. Russia has denied targeting any of the civilians in Bucha or elsewhere in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces were said to have retaken key terrain in Ukraine's north after denying Russia the ability to secure its objectives and forcing Russian forces to retreat from areas around Chernihiv and north of Kiev. Said Russian units would likely require significant re-equipping and refurbishment before they could deploy for operations in eastern Ukraine. It's not going well for them.
It's not, and the civilians there in Ukraine are fighting back by... I read a story about how they were coming up with baked goods and giving alcohol to some Russian troops and
to poison them.
And it killed many of them, and
Jeez.
I think hundreds more were incapacitated just from the poisoning. And so they're fighting back on all fronts. It's very admirable to see that. I know that over the weekend there was a video going around of like a missile, a shoulder missile or something that took down a Russian plane, and it was apparently a British provided missile. So that was the first takedown of a Russian jet with stuff coming from allies. So there you go.
Really?
Yeah. So there you go.
Their own equipment has done all the damage up until that?
I guess the stuff's just now getting there. I don't know. Maybe there was a delay in shipping. Maybe UPS gets stuck out in the sea there.
Well, it happens.
The North Sea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It happens.
But yeah, so apparently they now have the equipment. From the allies.
All right. Good. On another front that we've been watching for several years now, director Spike Lee attended Michigan's spring game to film Colin Kaepernick and a new documentary on him. Now, he really desperately wants to get back to the NFL. He really does.
Think so?
Yo, you kidding me?
Yeah.
He said it. I want to go back to the NFL. He exhibits no evidence, no signs of wanting to play in the NFL again. He was on hand, though, as honorary captain and conducted a workout at halftime of the Michigan spring game Saturday afternoon. But he wasn't the only notable figure on hand to take the Wolverines' inter-squad scrimmages in. Legendary film director Spike Lee was also there to watch the reigning Big Ten champs in action. However, that wasn't exactly the main reason he was in the big house. Earlier this year, ESPN Films announced that Lee will direct a multi-part documentary on Kaepernick.
So this had nothing to do with an NFL tryout. Hey, pro scouts, come and see me.
No.
I swear if the Atlanta Falcons were there. It was all about a movie, of course. Dude doesn't want to play.
So it's going to have extensive interviews with him.
Oh, good.
I'm sure we'll see some highlights of his, the highlight of his NFL career. There was probably one, maybe two. I don't know. How many times did he do anything good? He actually had one pretty solid season. Earlier, so the company announced that the director will use footage from his personal archive to provide a full first-person account of his journey.
Thank goodness. I need this. I need the Colin Kaepernick documentary in my life.
Well, almost everybody's clamoring for it. Kaepernick conducted a throwing exhibition during halftime of Saturday's spring game, marking just his latest workout in recent weeks as he eyes a return to the NFL. Get out of here.
Please do.
Were there actual scouts? Were there any NFL scouts on hand?
I have not seen teams represented like stories about him in the past, so I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play. If he played, it would reinforce the reasons that everybody knew at the time for him not starting in the NFL and not being an NFL quarterback anymore. He's not good. That's why he doesn't want to play. Plus, he probably doesn't want all the wear and tear on his body.
Speaking of football, did you see that the Washington Commanders have another issue going on with them about withholding ticket sales that are supposed to go into the league coffers to split up among teams?
Oh.
And I love the headline. Somebody sent me the story from Deadspin, and so I hope this sticks. The nickname they're giving the Commanders now is Commies. More great news out of the Washington Commies camp. So if we can't call them the Redskins, we'll just call them the Commies as they withhold funds.
Short for Commanders, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Where we're at.
Right. I mean, what else would it be?
Right?
What else would it be?
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Fun times. I love it. 888-900-3393. Also, Lila Rose, who runs the pro-life group Live Action, she's been reporting on a really horrific story in Washington, D.C. Aborted babies discovered in D.C. may indicate infanticide after attempted abortions. Physicians have told Live Action News that 5 aborted children in a D.C. apartment appear to have been viable human beings, raising questions about potential legal and serious ethical violations by the abortion clinic. Dr. Robin Perucci, a neonatal specialist, told Live Action News, "I can say with confidence that these babies died at an age when they were viable, premature people." In her Friday morning comments, she noted that she was going to work in an NICU where she would care for the little ones this size and this age. During a recent press conference, D.C. police quickly dismissed the possibility that the babies experienced illegal abortions. Really? But declined to comment further when asked by Live Action News. Although D.C. doesn't ban late-term abortions, medical professionals are still bound by federal laws, which restrict the method of abortion and require life-saving care for infants born after botched procedures. It's hard to believe that anybody could do this.
Yeah.
You know, you abort the baby, but it's still alive. And then what? You just leave it to die, or you kill it aggressively?
Yeah, I in pulling the story for today, I inadvertently saw images of these babies, and I mean that stuff will stick with you forever.
Mm-hmm.
It is just absolutely horrific. It'll stain your memory, and it's so heartbreaking that this country, like you said, can you believe that human beings can do this?
Yeah, the barbarism. It's unconscionable. A pro-life activist voluntarily informed the D.C. homicide unit of the babies and surrendered them to authorities. Details are forthcoming, but the progressive anti-abortion uprising group, to which this activist belongs, believes the late gestational ages, as well as their apparent sustained injuries, potentially show violations of the Partial Birth Abortion Act, as well as the Born Alive Infants Protection Act. The group also announced that a funeral, mass, and naming ceremony was offered for the babies. So founder Lila Rose said, "The discovery of these babies is horrific and disturbing evidence of the infanticide that may be occurring in this clinic within our nation's capital and indicative of the violence happening in abortion facilities nationwide." So, they don't have names for these babies, but baby boy number 1, they say should have been in a nursery. So, obviously, you could have saved him. Baby girl number 1 may have experienced an illegal partial birth abortion. Baby girl number 2 likely endured an unimaginably brutal procedure. Oh, man. And the descriptions of these babies and how they died, it's just horrific. And, this is not time for, in fact, they're not even scheduled today, but this is why we're so happy to partner with Preborn and try to save the lives of thousands and thousands of babies this year. And if you can help, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby, and you could donate. $28 buys an ultrasound for a woman considering this horrific procedure.
Preborn.org. also the website.
Oh, man. It just doesn't stop with this. And Colorado just did a huge, really strong pro-abortion law. Just passed something that, I mean, it's abortion right up to birth, no restrictions at all. None. Because they say that a fetus is not, in fact, they said something like a fertilized egg is not a human being, not life. And that it has no protections under the law. Wonder if maybe you should read the United States Constitution, because I think you'll find some protections of the law in that, where, you know, the right to life is promised to our posterity. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, and ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution. That means these protections cover our posterity. What's an unborn child but our posterity? It's amazing to me that nobody ever argues that point. Just like, well, they're protected in the Constitution with these abortions. No, they're not. It's just the opposite. Let me tell you about Moink. If you've been troubled by the high cost of meat in the grocery store, plus the low quality and high price, it's a great combination, isn't it? 60% of U.S. pork production comes from one company owned by the Chinese. And their hogs are given something called ractopamine, which is banned in 160 countries, including China. Yet you find it in your grocery aisle every day. There is a better way, and it is Moink. That's moo plus oink. Moink. They deliver grass-fed and grass-finished beef and lamb, pastured pork and chicken, sustainable, wild-caught Alaskan salmon straight to your door. This is delicious, delicious meat. I love it. Keith loves it. I think you're going to love it as well. Mm-hmm. They guarantee you'll say, oink, oink, I'm just so happy I got moinked.
Yeah. I mean, it feels a little wordy, but once you get rolling.
A little clunky. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to say that. I'm just going to say it's really delicious.
I don't know. You try that salmon, and you may be saying,
true.
Oink, oink, I just got moinked.
You might. You might. And good for you if you do say it. Keep American farming growing by signing up at moinkbox.com/unleashed right now. And listeners of this show get free filet mignon in every order for a year. That's 1 year of the best filet mignon you'll ever taste, but just for a limited time. Spelled MOINK box.com/unleashed. That's moinkbox.com/unleashed.
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
Well, we're off to a fun start early in the morning, aren't we? You gotta love it, frankly. 888-900-3393 if you'd like to get in on the incredible fun. Whoopi Goldberg, of course, making Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination hearing all about race. The actress and comedian was... Comedian, please.
See, that's funny. That's funnier than her, you saying that.
She was reacting to comments from Senator Roy Blunt in which he said he would not be voting in favor of the judge. He also called her nomination a high point. A high point for the country when he says he won't be voting for her? This is the most ridiculous. Just say, I don't trust a black woman to do the job because I know y'all didn't have these same issues with Amy Coney Barrett. You didn't ask those questions. You didn't have those problems. No, because she made much different rulings. What are you talking about? This is not about her race or her gender. It is about her rulings and how extreme she is. Who cares? I couldn't care less what color a Supreme Court justice is. We love Clarence Thomas.
Yep.
It's because of his rulings. It's because of his ideology. It's because of the way he conducts himself as a Supreme Court justice, where he's trying to uphold and defend the U.S. Constitution.
It's pretty simple. You know?
It might be the simplest job on the planet.
Yeah.
You have one job, and that's to decide constitutionality of issues. That's your job.
And you don't even have to, if I'm not mistaken, you don't even have to explain yourself, right? You could just vote.
No, you don't. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could type out.
I mean, they always
if
do,
you want to, yeah.
but you don't have to. You don't have to. And so, because a few Republicans are doing the right thing and not voting for her because she's so extreme, it's all about race. That's all they have, and they use it all the time, which is really unfortunate because there is actual racism. But we're constantly defending people against the claims because it's never the racism they're talking about. I almost never see actual racists in the news. Charlottesville, which is why they harp on that for so long. There were some there at Charlottesville. But as far as
yeah, you think that they could
white supremacy all over the place, there just isn't.
Update their references from 5 years ago.
But yeah, that's because that's all they have. There aren't very many examples of actual racism. So they make it up or they go back to Charlottesville. That's all they have. 888-900-3393. We also have Dana Bash from CNN. She had Maryland Governor Larry Hogan on her show to slam Ron DeSantis. I love it when they try to get the Republicans to attack other Republicans. This is what they do all the time. And here's what Governor Hogan of Maryland had to say about Ron DeSantis.
Your fellow Republican governor, DeSantis in Florida, he suggested that he will retaliate against Disney after it criticized Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay bill, which bans certain instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity in the classroom. What's your reaction to that? And then more broadly, what do you make of that legislation?
Well, I
didn't
really actually see the details of the legislation, but the whole thing seems like
okay. So he didn't see the details of the legislation, but I'm going to criticize it here out of hand anyway, because I've heard about it, but I don't know the details.
He should have stopped answering.
Yeah, right.
Crazy fight. I'm not sure. It concerns me that DeSantis is always talking about. He was not demanding that businesses do things, but he was, telling the cruise lines what they had to do. He was telling local schools what they're mandating, and now he wants to criticize Disney for expressing, how they feel about that bill. I mean, they have every right to it. We have a thing called freedom of speech.
We have a thing called freedom of speech. Yeah, nobody is saying they can't say it. DeSantis isn't saying they can't say it. He's saying they shouldn't. Because, first of all, like Hogan himself, they don't know what they're talking about either concerning this bill. So he's doing the same thing to DeSantis that he's claiming DeSantis is doing to Disney. He's criticizing him for criticizing them and their freedom of speech. Well, so Disney has freedom of speech, but not Ron DeSantis? This whole thing is driving me out of my mind.
I would criticize DeSantis for settling on a bill that stopped at third grade. Why are we only doing kindergarten through third grade to stop the discussion of sex?
Yeah. Go to 12.
Sure.
Go to 12.
Let the parents do this, man.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Yes.
A bizarro world, man.
That's how it used to work.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, are sexual problems better, worse, or about the same? Since we started doing this stuff in schools, since we took God out and put sex in, have things gotten better, worse, or about the same? That's not a tough question. Also, 4 of the nation's top 10 metro areas with the highest population growth last year were in Florida more than any other state, according to a new U.S. census data.
So there's all this hate.
It's all the hate.
People
It's
are flocking
drawing
to
people right to the state.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Every time. Punta Gorda, the Villages.
Oh, nice.
No
Is
way.
that right? Oh, right. Old people
Yeah.
having fun at the Villages. Joe Biden used to sing before he was president.
Every day.
He used to sing the theme song for the Villages.
Yeah, which is what I'm desperately searching for right now.
That was good.
And I can't, of course, find it.
America's
Yes,
friendliest
hometown, the Villages. I know I have it.
Yeah, what happened there?
I don't know.
I bet Jeffy erased it. I bet he came up here, no one was looking,
That bastard.
and stole your Villages song.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just thought we'd never use that again.
Ooh.
And here's the perfect opportunity.
Right.
Lakeland Winter Lakeland Winter Have? Is that the name of a town?
Winter Haven. I guess it's.
Okay, it's another
abbreviation.
freaking mistake in another article. Right, Winter Haven. That is a city, I believe. Yeah. Cape Coral, Fort Myers, all saw their numbers go up by more than 3%.
Again, people flock to where there's hate.
Is there data on that? You actually have
these are,
some stats?
Missing from that story is that it was all white people that moved in there.
Oh,
They're
wow.
like, I got to go where the hate is. And that's what you got in your hand there.
8 of the top 10 counties with the steepest numerical population declines were either in New York or California. Miami-Dade County lost 38,990 residents in
Wow. A
2021.
liberal hotbed in Florida.
Yeah.
So a liberal hotbed in Florida was the exception to the rule. Miami lost population, as did New York and California. Shocking.
Los Angeles County lost the most residents with 184,000. New York County shed roughly 117,000. People are just fed up. They want to go where they're free.
Yeah. The high taxes, the oppression, the lockdowns, that really changed a lot of people's view on where they wanted to spend their life.
So in 1 year, from July 2020 to July 2021, Florida's population increased by 211,000, second only to Texas. And people, and of course, we're also a hotbed of hate.
Yeah,
so
see?
that's why they're coming.
So now you're piecing it all together.
Yeah.
You see what's happening.
The hotbeds of hate are just drawing hateful whiteys to them. And that's what's going on.
Yeah, and when you do move here, just if you're coming in here to Texas, where I'm sitting, please retain your hate. Don't get here and try to change things.
And
okay?
start trying to love people.
Yeah. So
we can't abide that.
Yeah, we need to keep up the hate here because it's working for us. All right?
New York City Mayor Eric Adams has a message for the people of Florida. You're going to love this.
No matter what ethnicity or no matter how you self-identify. And this is very important to us, and we're proud to be a part of this. And we're partnering with WPPP to put up billboards in major markets across Florida to let everyone know. We're targeting Fort Lauderdale, Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, and West Palm Beach.
Wait, not Miami?
We believe we're going to get about 5 million impressions, and they're going to be up for an 8-week period celebrating the diversity and acceptance of New York City.
Come to New York.
We will show this in the billboards, you have here right now.
Yeah.
Very clear.
You're
statement, and we're
hemorrhaging
proud of
people.
it. Other folks
Hemorrhaging.
want people to hide their color. We like to show our color, and that's the rainbow. That's
Wait, I thought
representative
showing
of this
your color-
community. We want to remind everyone that
hiding
New
your
York
color?
City is full of people who will
I'm
be
confused now as to
celebrated
which one of those is
now
bad.
and in the future.
See?
Wow.
They need people to support their welfare state up there and need more people to get
And
up
he
there.
says you can come to New York where you can be you, please.
But he didn't advertise in South Beach?
I don't know.
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Huh?
On the Blaze Radio Network.
Hey, good news. Black Lives Matter didn't just buy 4 homes. Patrice Cullors bought all those homes. Yeah, there's another one that kind of slipped through the cracks. A $6 million home in Southern California that they bought for themselves. Just $6 million. That's not bad. Wasn't $60 million. So they didn't spend all of their funds on that. Patrice said, "For me, the hardest moments have been the right-wing media machine. Just leveraging literally all of its weight against me, against our movement, against BLM, the organization." Yeah, that was not a coordinated effort. And see, they can't understand that because that's what they do. These coordinated, non-grassroots efforts. Now, people on the right just saw the absolute horrific nonsense that was being spewed by BLM. Like they called for the end of the traditional Western family. Wow. Okay. Talked about Marxism and how they're Marxists. And it was all about trans and gay agendas. I don't even know where the Black Lives Matter part came in. It was mostly other stuff. She says, "I'm some weeks out now from a lot of the noise, so I have more perspective, right? While I was in it, I was in survival mode." She was referring to an April 2021 article in the New York Post that revealed her purchase of the 4 homes and the millions of dollars. The disclosures had contributed to the idea that there is a disturbing gap between the fortunes of the movement's most visible figures and on-the-ground activists across the country, and Cullors resigned as executive director on May 27th.
I mean, that's how communism works. Right?
Yep.
I mean,
Yes.
You got your minions out there, your useful idiots.
Yeah.
And then you've got your oligarchs who are living in the lap of luxury. And you know that she talked about right-wingers, and it was just a concerted effort that really went after. Yeah, Boston, Massachusetts is, of course, a very conservative corner of the country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they've charged some BLM leaders there for fraud. At least stealing $185,000 worth of donors' money.
Jeez.
So there you go.
So while they're doing this interview with the Intelligencer in this $6 million home in Los Angeles, none of the women even acknowledged the house. They're doing the interview with the Intelligencer on the patio of the house.
Wow.
And the 6,500 square feet behind them is not even mentioned. More than a dozen bedrooms and bathrooms, several fireplaces, a soundstage, a pool, and bungalow. And, by the way, parking for more than 20 cars. Jeez. The California property was purchased for about $6 million in cash. In cash.
Did they get a loan?
No, they didn't have to do a loan.
Well,
No, isn't that something? I wonder where they got all that money. Huh. From the generosity of people who believed in their cause because they thought they were about ending violence against black people? Is maybe that what they thought? Huh.
Oh, they had to know when you're donating to BLM, you're buying them a house.
Yeah, I think it says right on the donation page. By the way, we'll be buying a $6 million, 6,500 square foot home in Los Angeles with this money.
Yeah, check here to buy us a house in the hills.
Jeez. Wow. So, she has, of course, since resigned her post from the leadership of BLM, but it's still a Marxist organization. It was set up by Marxists and has Marxist roots. And they can take down the things that they put up on their website initially, but they were still there. So we know what they're about. It's not a secret anymore. And the right wing isn't colluding against them. It's just that everybody who sees this garbage has to talk about it. Or like, wait a minute, do you know who these people are? Do you know what they're doing? This isn't right. And they're not about Black Lives Mattering. Kind of a misnamed organization. Also on Sunday night, actor Henry Winkler, best known for playing Fonzie on Happy Days. Oh, and for that really quality Christmas movie that he did back in, 2008, somewhere in there.
Well,
do you know that one? He's the uncle of a beautiful woman who is has a child.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but I know him from. Yeah, go ahead.
And he flies to be with her for the Christmas season.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, good for him.
Yeah. And sitting next to him is this, of course, young, handsome chef who's been all over the world, and he doesn't have anywhere to stay, and so he asks his niece to put him up. Wait, you just met this guy? And he says, yeah, but don't worry about it. I smelled him.
Oh, no.
You smelled him? Yeah, I smelled him. I've been a cop for 40 years. I smelled him. I know he's okay.
Oh, that was his deal?
That's his deal.
That's how
he smelled the guy, and so it was fine.
So aside from Happy Days, I know him from Arrested Development, where he was a hysterical character. And I think that's probably been his biggest role of late.
Since Fonzie?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, he expressed his contempt for the law in Florida.
I wonder, he's probably read it.
Oh,
like
he's read
Hogan.
it front and back,
Sure.
inside and out.
So he can talk on this.
Sure. This is pathetic. He tweeted contemptuously, "For 51 years, your parents took you, and you took your kids to Disney World. Anyone damaged? Come on." Yeah, see, that's the thing, though. They're not the same company they were 51 years ago, Henry. They're doing much different things now, and they have much different leadership now and a different ideology now. Winkler then ripped DeSantis, saying Mr. DeSantis had the opportunity to read all the books he wants banned, correct? No, because he didn't ban any books. A less educated population makes less noise. He also retweeted a tweet calling DeSantis absolute garbage.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So, yeah, he has no idea what he's talking about. Absolutely no idea. And, we had those Disney behind-the-scenes people talking about their gay agenda. They're not at all secret gay agenda. So it's not like we're making this stuff up so that we can attack Disney. I would have no reason to attack Disney. I love Disney. It just really pains me that they're doing this to children. 888-900-3393. Let me tell you about Omega XL. Pain starts to seep into our joints and our muscles, and it's almost inevitable. I mean, you get inflammation, and that inflammation leads to pain. And maybe you've tried other things that just haven't quite cut it. It's time to give Omega XL a shot. It's all natural. These omega fatty acids come from the pristine waters around New Zealand, and it really does work. When I took it for my elbow pain, the inflammation I had going on there, it took about a week to start feeling better, and then after about 2 weeks, it was completely gone. The pain just left and has not been back since. And what Omega XL does that I didn't know about at the time is it restores SPMs, which rejuvenate your joints and help keep your joints healthy. Because the inflammation can cause permanent damage if it's there long enough. Order Omega XL at omegaxl.com/pad. You buy the first bottle, they'll give you a second one for free. omegaxl.com/pad or 800-844-4888.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All of this brings us to this fun video from this young woman who has a big problem at her house. And she doesn't really know how to fix it because she doesn't want to hurt anything.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And she's sad.
Okay. Check this out.
No. Kill that, Mark. That's not it. No, it's clip 6. It's the replug. A young woman has an infestation in her house. Okay.
And it goes a little something.
The other young woman, I'm not even sure. That woman that you just played there, that was, we'll have to play that. We might play that in overtime today. She identifies as a as a fish gender. So they're saving. We're gonna save her. Yeah. Anyway, it's clip 6. Replug young woman infestation in her house, and this is tragic. Here we go.
So I keep getting crickets in my house. I don't know why. I've never had a cricket problem before, but I looked it up, and apparently it's really bad luck to kick them out of your house. Like, you're not supposed to kick them out of your house, but like, what am I supposed to do? Like, let you stay here? Now there's like 36 crickets running around because I did kick out one, and let me tell you, I had a really, really horrible week after that.
She almost said the S word, I think.
And now they're just running around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please move. I just want to make a piece of toast, and you're in my way.
What?
And I open a cabinet, and it's just like, oh, hey, cricket that I can't kick out of my house. Can you please just leave? I don't want to kick you out. I just want to ask you nicely to leave. My house is just infested with crickets. And there's nothing I can do about it.
If that's not real, she's pretty convincing.
Yeah.
But that can't be real, right?
I think that's real. I think she
You gotta ask the crickets nicely to leave.
She kicked the cricket out, and she had a bad
day. It was not a good week.
Well, yeah. See, and she learned her lesson. I think it's bad luck to kill a cricket, right? That's the thing. Not a bad luck to fling it out in the yard.
No problem killing crickets if they're in my house. No problem.
That's like the.
Jeez.
That's crickets and geckos. I usher out. Yeah.
Are
anything
you
else?
Serious?
Yeah.
Though?
Anything else?
Come on.
I don't want to kill a cricket.
She's counted them.
Oh, her.
There's 36 crickets in her house.
She's disturbed.
Yeah.
She's mental.
Oh man.
Without question, she's gone. Bye.
Unless she's a really good actress and she's messing with us. Because I can't. Come on.
You know what? We should have seen him hopping in the background, right? If there's
right.
Or
if
chirping.
That many.
We should have heard chirping. Instead, we heard like an airplane going over. I want to hear the chirping, lady.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she opens up her cupboards, and there's crickets, and
she should be able to pick up her phone and walk around her house and show us all this.
Yeah, because she can't even make toast because the crickets are in the way. Hey, would you please move so I can make some toast?
I mean, how big is this cricket blocking the path to the toaster?
These must be Texas crickets.
Oh, wow.
Because they got to be huge.
But
she needs psychiatric help.
I believe it's probably real because that generation does not know how to handle anything. Anything that gets in their way. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die if I touch this cricket.
I mean, I thought it was gonna be one of those, you don't kill any living thing deals. But no, it's not even that. It's bad luck to kill a cricket or make them leave your house. They have to leave on their own accord.
Is that a superstitious thing for her as well? In other words, if these were, those little silverfish things that crawl around, I hate those. Like, does she have a problem with those?
I don't know. She didn't say.
Well, I got it. Yeah, I wonder if there's a follow-up.
I don't know. Yeah.
She's probably already committed herself.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
That is sad. What a world. What a world. Then we got this old man in the park.
Oh, yes. Thanks for sending this my way. I love this. Yeah.
Who sent this to us? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't have the thing in front of me.
Is it Nobody's Perfect?
Probably.
Po Buddy's Perfect?
I don't have it, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's Po Buddy's Perfect.
Po Buddy's Perfect. Okay, thanks, Po Buddy's Perfect.
It's Po Buddy's Nerfic.
Po Buddy's Nerfic.
See, instead
Thank you, Po Buddy's Nerfic.
Nobody's Perfect.
I'm getting there.
They switched the letters on each of the...
That's crafty. Okay, so this is an old guy at a park. What's this guy? Just watch the old guy. Whoa! Right? It's impressive. He's like 80 years old.
That's
Is
cool.
this not awesome?
Here we go. And whoa!
And then he just walks off like,
yeah, I nailed it. I nailed it.
I mean, I can't do that. I couldn't do that at 10. I certainly couldn't do it at 80.
I'm probably going to go try that now.
Oh.
Because I can't let an 80-year-old man outdo me.
Okay, well then make sure someone's recording this, okay?
Okay.
Think of the clicks. Think of the
when
clicks,
I break
Pat.
my neck, when I land right on my head and break my neck.
That would get some clicks, that's for sure.
Yeah, probably would.
I mean, that's what would happen to me if I tried it.
Man, much younger man, breaks his neck trying to duplicate 80-year-old man's stunt. course, we don't know for a fact he's 80. He might be 90. I don't know. He looks pretty old.
Okay, that's good.
But spry.
90. Yeah.
Absolutely spry.
That was impressive. And that, like I said, there's never been a time in my life I could have. And in case you're listening, the old man flipped backwards off the swing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Landed on his feet.
Did you get hit by that storm last night?
No.
It was no.
Oh man, I don't know. Hell, I don't know. I slept for 3 hours, and that's apparently when it went through. Corby tells me.
Oh,
so
you were asleep at like what 9? Was that 9?
Like
Corby?
9 to midnight. I was.
Yeah. I mean, it was coming down.
Well, the radar, as I fell asleep, looked like it was going to miss us, but apparently
it did not.
Oh no!
And there was hail.
Oh wow!
Again.
Oh.
It's like, okay, why did I just replace this roof?
Seriously.
Because it's going to happen over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, and 1 month we got 3 big hailstorms in March of 2021, I believe it was. And it was like, don't call the roofer yet. Wait till spring's over, man.
Yeah. And there were tornado warnings, which makes it a little scary, actually, because it's dark. You can't see anything starting to form. It's pouring. There's just driving rain, so you can't see anything anyway. And so what people in Dallas do is just turn on the local weather and watch them tell us that a tornado's about to smash us.
Or sleep through it.
Destroy our homes and lives.
Nothing I can do anyway. I don't have a basement, right?
Right. There's no basements here.
Good night. If it's my time, it's my time.
So they kept saying, get to the lowest point in your house and as many walls that separate you from the outside as possible. Okay, so I guess I'm going to be in my bathtub.
Yeah.
If you need me.
It's like, remember that kid who got spun around on the highway here?
Yeah.
Yeah. A local dealer gave him a brand new $50,000 Chevy Silverado.
Oh my gosh!
And that kid was coming home from a job interview. He'll be going back to work in style now.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. 888-933-93. You came just in time for the warning because we're about out of time. I don't know how many times we have to tell you. There's 6 years left.
Really?
Yeah. And then it's over. It's over for Earth. We've been killing this planet for too long, Keith. How many times do we have to warn people?
I feel like there's less than 6 years.
There might be.
That's what my gut's telling me, though.
Is your gut telling you that?
My gut's telling me there might be 3 years.
Oh, boy. So, sliced in half the amount of time. Yeah. So, the IPCC says the window to avert catastrophic climate change is quickly closing.
Mm-hmm. We've heard that line before.
Over and over and over. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change yesterday released its latest report, which found that nations are falling short of their pledges to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in order to avert catastrophic climate change. Mm-hmm. While the technology exists, does it? The technology exists to change the weather patterns? No. It doesn't.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's a different topic. That's the government.
Right.
That's HARP.
The technology exists to stay below 1.5 degrees Celsius, 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit of average global temperature increase. The goal that virtually every nation agreed to at the Paris Climate Accords that they had and reaffirmed last year in the Glasgow Climate Pact.
Blah, blah, blah.
Current policies put the world on a trajectory toward at least twice as much warming.
Boom, 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 boom.
So that would be 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
I mean, there's people listening to the show. They're still suffering through winter in the upper tier of the nation.
Yeah.
They could go for an extra 5.4 degrees.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called the report's conclusion damning.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The Working Group 3 report marks the end of the IPCC's 6th assessment with strong words for countries that have failed to act on climate change. The jury has reached a verdict, and it's damning, Guterres said in a statement. This report of Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change is a litany of broken climate promises. It's a file of shame cataloging the empty pledges that put us firmly on track towards an unlivable world.
File of shame. That's good stuff.
It is, isn't it?
That's not dramatic at all.
Oh, no. They never overdo this.
No.
That's the good thing.
Stick to the facts.
According to their findings, to meet the 1.5 degrees Celsius target, global greenhouse gas emissions have to start dropping in 2025.
See?
And go down 43% from current levels by 2030.
Oh. But
And 84% by 2050. So we got to go down 43% in 8 years.
What's wrong
So
with
we
that?
have 8 years to live.
Well, what was the 2025 thing? We've got 3 years till we get to...
Oh, okay.
You just read the 2025.
To start, they just have to start
Start-
dropping in
start.
2025, but go all the way down to 43% from the current levels by 2030. Shoo. And then 84% by 2050. Otherwise, we're going to be underwater.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that they won't, YouTube won't put a flag up for that line that you just said.
They won't?
No.
No.
We'll be underwater if we don't do something about the climate.
Yeah, they're going to agree with that. Absolutely. So achieving that requires ambitious actions from large emitters like, of course, the United States, the European Union, and China in the next few years.
Oh, China will come through.
They always do, don't they? That's one thing you can say about China. They always come through for us when we need them.
They sure do.
Man, they're just wonderful. It's a wonderful country.
And stuff.
Filled with wonderful leadership. Waiting longer, the scientific consortium warned, will mean economic losses from the impacts of climate change, such as drought, wildfires, and sea level rise.
Yawn.
Even limiting warming to 2 degrees Celsius or 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Not enough, is it?
No, because that would require peaking emissions by 2025 and cutting them by roughly 1/4 by 2030.
I see. That's silly talk.
I'm scared now because
Are you?
They've been right. Well, they haven't been right, but they're due now. Okay, because they've never been right on any predictions. They've never been right.
So today, for example, Pat Gray, after you stop off at the neighborhood playground and do your backflip like the old 90-year-old man did,
Yeah.
what are you going to do to act locally while thinking globally? Yeah.
Huh.
See, and when push comes to shove, it's just tough.
It is tough.
It's just tough.
I'm going to walk to work every day.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
It's only 22 miles.
Nice. Is your thumb going to be out like this while you're walking?
No, because then that encourages other people to drive. Of course, a diet of absolute vegetables and maybe some fruits.
Well, hey,
That's it, though.
You know, somebody listening to the show, Jim Eagle 17 tweeted out that the 36 crickets in that young woman's house, that would make a nice meatless sandwich for a liberal. So you
Yeah,
can
it
eat,
would.
you can go eat crickets.
Yes, that's
and
right.
help the cause.
Go to that girl's house and say, hey, you know what? If you don't want the crickets around, I'll just eat them.
Don't let them go to
I'll have a
waste.
cricket sandwich. We'll,
How is that eco-earth friendly, creature friendly? Eating bugs. Do the bugs not count?
apparently not. Apparently, we don't care about their feelings.
Are bugs at the bottom of the empathy scale when it comes to the environment?
Yeah, well, of course they are. Because would you want to be eaten? I wouldn't. Please don't eat me. And then we don't care about the crickets.
We
don't offer them the same.
don't care.
Yeah, the same protections that we have. They don't have them. Now, speaking of all the climate change, fortunately, Greta Thunberg has a new book out.
Oh, well, no, yeah, you got to wait for it. You got to wait. She's making.
No, is it not out yet?
This is what's so stunning. They've made this book trailer for a book that doesn't drop for another 6 months.
6 months?
I mean, what's going to happen to the climate between now and October, Pat?
Yeah, we got to get this thing out quicker. We must get it out. Now, is this only going to be digital? Because you can't cut down trees for this.
That's a great point.
I hope it's only digital
Greta.
I hope nobody's driving books to stores in carbon-engined
Oh, boy. That's a fair point.
vehicles.
That's a fair point you make.
Wow, that would be bad.
How much do you love the earth? And then you have to fire up your electronic device that is powered by, most likely, a coal-fired power plant.
Most likely.
So there's no way out, Greta.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know what? Call the publisher. We're done here.
But here's the trailer to get you psyched about the book that's coming out in 6 months.
All right.
All the facts and stories in this book are unnerving enough individually. But they too are closely joined together, just like all of us. And once you start to connect them, understanding them as part of a web of interlinked events, they quickly gain another, far more alarming meaning.
Yeah.
Who is
Good
responsible for piecing together that greater holistic tale?
Bob.
Who
Bob
do we
is
call upon
responsible.
when it comes
it's
to addressing
Tom.
the whole
Oh.
picture?
I'm
The answer is no one,
No one.
or rather, everyone.
Or rather, everyone.
confused. Is it no one?
The Climate Book, October 2022. The Climate Book, wow, by Greta Thunberg,
Let's see if that's going to be
the world's foremost authority on climate change. The one who said, "How dare you," to all of us and shamed us to where I couldn't even look at her anymore because I was so ashamed. I couldn't meet her eyes. Her steely gaze was too much for me. It saw right through me.
Yeah.
It's her gaze saw right through me that I wasn't doing my part. And so I had to look away. I had to avert my gaze from hers because it was too telling.
Too much.
It seared to my very soul.
Mm-hmm.
And so
there's that.
now there's that.
I'm not able to find it. I want to pre-order it. Mark, can you put up the last thing? Is there a website? Is there something? Is there like an action?
Like an action to take so you can get the book in advance?
Go to blah blah blah.
I mean, you can't put out a trailer for a book and not have somewhere to
that's telling me everything I need right there.
roll it back a little bit.
October 2022.
Yeah, that's not helpful. Big deal.
What's right before that? No, let's see.
Nope.
Hold on.
The Climate Book.
Hang on. The Climate Book.
Written by, narrated by,
Okay.
created
See if
by.
there's a website. Yeah, there's a web. Wait, what? No, that's a GoDaddy wants me to buy that domain. I'll pass.
So it's created by Greta Thunberg. Did she actually write it? My guess is no. But she had
Has she
the
written
thought.
anything that she has said publicly?
I doubt it. Because she's not a scientist. She's not a climatologist. She's not a meteorologist. She's a, what? Is she 18 by now? 19?
I think she's
27. She's, how old is she now?
She's the world's most famous truant, right? Because she just
Yeah.
doesn't go to school.
Yeah.
So that's what she's best known for.
Well, and I think, didn't all this start before the pandemic when she
Yeah.
came over here on the boat because she wouldn't fly? So that must have been 2019. It's been 3 years. I believe she was 16 in 2019. She must be 19 now. Huh.
Boy.
You go, girl.
Sounds like she's been having a heck of a childhood, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, somebody scared the absolute bat crap out of her.
Yeah, her parents.
And so she's been nuts ever since on this thing, to where she thinks that she literally thinks we have 8 years left or we're dead.
It says it's going to be published in October, which would mean trees are sacrificing for the cause.
Wow. Wow, Greta, what is going on there? That's a bad decision, hun. It really is.
Do you love this planet or do you not?
Right. I mean, how many trees are going to meet their demise so that you can get a hard copy of a book into people's hands?
There's a hole in the sky.
Where a tree once was, somebody's making money.
Yeah, Greta. Greta's making money.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Indeed she is. If you're a dog owner, you know taking care of your pet means way more than just giving them food and water. Your dog's part of your family, and their health and happiness are important to you, right? How many dogs do you have, Keith? 12? Something like that? 15?
I have two
Two.
dogs. Yes.
Okay. I was close.
So close.
On the 12 number.
You were the one number off, really.
And you want the best for your dogs, right? You love your dogs. You take little videos of them that are cutesy all the time.
Aw.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah. We all do. We love our dogs, and we want the best for them. And that's why you should get Rough Greens to sprinkle on top of whatever you feed your dog right now. Whatever kind of dog food you have, Rough Greens makes it healthier because the nutrients, the vitamins, the antioxidants, and all of that kind of thing is burned right out of it in the sterilization process so that these dog foods can last 3 years on a store shelf. So this supplement puts back all the vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and antioxidants, basically all the nutrients that your dog will ever need to be happy and healthy and active and frisky again, like when they were puppies.
And photogenic, right?
And photogenic.
For your little videos. You don't want a dog that just lays around, does nothing all day.
Mm-hmm. You want them to have shiny coats, sweaters, whatever your dog wears this time of year. It's not even sweater weather in Texas. It's going to be 90 again today, but
stupid.
That's another topic. Most dogs love this stuff. Mine certainly does. Most dogs that I've ever heard of absolutely take to it immediately, but Rough Greens want you to be able to make sure that your dog is going to love it before you commit to buying it. So they'll send you a free bag of Rough Greens, just a small bag for your dog to try out a couple days, and all you have to pay is shipping. Go to roughgreens.com, R-U-F-F, greens, roughgreens.com, or 833-783-3364. Call today.
This is Pat Gray. Pat Gray is here.
Yeah, I am.
On the Blaze
I am,
Radio
that's true.
Network.
I am here. Welcome to it. Glad you're here with us. Got some tweets here. Jeffy's Meat Sweats tweeted, So New York is taking stolen tax dollars they don't have and buying billboards in Florida that lie to people?
Yeah, that's right. You got it.
You got it. And?
Yeah.
You have a problem with that? From Hammy, just opened Pat to, unleashed to a toaster eater scared of crickets.
Yep.
Shut it all down, y'all.
That's us.
Mm-hmm.
That's America 2022.
DMXDM, I thought this generation wanted us to eat insects.
Yeah.
Shouldn't she be spreading the crickets on her toast?
Exactly.
That's nasty. Jimmy Dimples tweets, I should have figured grading Greta was going to pop up somewhere. She should read a book or three before she sends one out. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's a good safety tip. Last night, the NCAA basketball season came to a close. Kansas Jayhawks over the North Carolina Tar Heels, 72-69 in the big championship game.
Mm-hmm.
So
I hear that North Carolina pulled a Falcons and led by 16 in the second half.
Yeah, they were up by 15 at halftime.
Okay.
And 16, I think, in the second half. And then Kansas came back and blew them away. Second time in a row, the second season in a row that the Big 12 has won the championship. And you know who's going to be a part of the Big 12 very soon. Yes, the BYU Cougars. They will be.
When does that start? When do you officially join?
2023.
Okay.
Yep. 2023-24 season.
It's going to stink.
We have one more season of independence.
Yeah. You've been angling to have the BYU Cougars a part of a Power 5 conference for a very long time. It stinks that the nation will cease to exist before you get a chance to even
Thank you, Keith. That's really a beautiful thought.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's very
Well, that's
positive.
what I'm here for, sharing the truth. Sharing the truth.
That's helpful. That's really helpful. I appreciate that.
I mean, you were
Thank you.
this close.
Shut up.
Have they already come up with a Big 12 schedule? Like, have they redone it yet for 2023? Okay.
They've dropped a whole bunch of games to try to fit because they've got schedules. They've got at least partial schedules through, I think, 2034 or something. So they had to drop a lot of games.
I bet. Yeah, I bet, because you had all those independents. Okay, so one last question then. Big 12 football question. Mm-hmm. How many teams are now in the Big 12? With
14.
Okay.
14. Not now, but when we join Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF. Because Texas and Oklahoma will still be there until
that's right.
Until 2025.
Okay, so then you'll be back down to 12.
So then we'll be back down to 12.
Okay.
But before that, there's going to be 14 teams, which is kind of cool because were there 10 teams in the Big 12?
11,
and 12 teams in the Big 10, I think is how it worked.
Yeah, and the Big 10 now has 14.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
crazy.
Math is not a strong suit of anyone
it's not a strong
anymore.
And these are colleges. This is our higher education.
Yeah.
Maybe it is time for Common Core. I don't know.
Right, at least
I don't know.
The Pac-10 went, okay, we now have 12. Let's be the Pac-12.
Yes, they changed their name accordingly, which made sense.
That's having no foresight. At least the ACC and the SEC didn't attach numbers to their conference names, and that never pigeonholed them.
That's right. Okay. So, is the SEC, I think, is going to win Texas and Oklahoma.
They're going to be up to 90 teams.
90
Can you
teams.
believe that? That is absurd.
That's a lot of teams. That's too many teams. I'm sorry. No. Now you're just hogs.
Yeah, well, one of the teams is the Hogs, which is bound to happen if you're going to have 90 teams in there.
Greedy bastards.
So what are they going to be up to now? They're going to be up to
16, I think,
16,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anthony Fauci is talking again, and he's contradicting himself again. And so anytime he talks, you know he's contradicting something he said at some point in his life. And it was probably like yesterday. So
almost.
I mean, he does that.
Yes.
He will say the exact opposite that he said yesterday from time to time.
Give people a chance to forget what you said, bro.
I know, right? So he thinks it may be time to bring back masks indoors.
Go away, old man.
The CDC has been very clear, as you've indicated, that in fact, if things turn around and you have a rather substantial uptick in cases that is associated with an increase in hospitalizations, the CDC might turn around that recommendation and say, we've got to go back to indoor masks. I think there's going to be a lot of pushback on the part of the American public.
On the part of the right.
It would be the prudent thing to do.
Oh, shut up.
Go away.
He's always trying to throw it on us like we're, I don't know, stupid, impatient, like we don't care about anybody. They're probably going to be some pushback because these people are idiots and they're not science like I am. I am the embodiment of science over there. But these puny people, these peons that I'm talking about over there, they're probably going to hate it. But they don't understand. I'm science. I'm trying to tell you what's best for you. You peons, put your mask on and shut up over there.
So wait, what was it now? In 2 weeks, we've gone from the pandemic may be over, I'm going to retire probably.
Right.
To, not so fast.
No, I'm not going to retire.
I'm not going to retire in the pandemic. That's not over.
No,
to, hell,
no.
Just put your mask on,
In
quite
fact,
frankly.
get back to the mask.
Yeah.
Jeez. I think it's time to play the 5 Times August song about him again.
Okay.
Sad Little Man. Mm-hmm. And here it is.
Sad little man sitting deep in a lie. He's dead in his soul, but he'll keep you alive. Do what he says, not what he do, 'cause the truth is for him and the lie is for you. Sad little man, but he's treated like a god, as the faithless pray to a fake and a fraud. Worship the man, pledge to his word. 1 shot, 2 shot, now you get a 3rd. Sad little man, you better run now while you know you can. Sad little man, you don't fool me, you sad little man. Sad little man, gonna trap you like a dog, put your head in a net while they eat you raw. Don't ask why, just comply, 'cause fear is the drug that the doc prescribe. Sad little man, you can watch him on the news, preaching to his choir while they learn the rules. Some feel safe and some feel healed, but they'll all hold his hand as he makes the kill. Sad little man, you better run now while you know you can. Sad little man, you don't fool me, you sad little man. Sad little man, and he wants your kids. Some might live while the rest get sick. So put them to the test and listen for the yell. When the truth comes out, he's gonna burn in hell. Sad little man, you better run now while you know you can. Sad little man, you don't fool
Our friend 5 Times August. So good. She's so good.
We might have to tweet that out again today.
We might.
Find it.
We might.
Great video that goes along with it, too, man, if you're just listening to the audio.
888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. All right, we got a great new Adidas ad that I think you're going to love. Everybody's capitulating. Everybody's complying. Everybody's inclusive and tolerant. It's a wonderful world right now. And here's Adidas getting in on the action.
It's impossible to take hold of the world spotlight overnight. Create your own uniform. Be a cover model, a powerful athlete, or compete as a trans woman.
Oh. Look at this. Look at that uniform.
That's great.
Impossible? No.
Are they all trans women?
I'm possible.
I have no idea, honestly.
I wonder if are they all trans? Is that what we're
so? I don't know.
I've seen that a few times now, and I'm not sure I caught the fact that maybe they're all trans.
I didn't think of that. I was hung up on the glow-in-the-dark, fluffy dress basketball uniform myself.
Yeah, and the athletes who aren't your typical athlete-looking person. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we're celebrating all shapes and forms and sizes now. Mm-hmm. That's great. It's really good. That's really, really great. Well, not if you're a woman athlete and a biological woman athlete and you've been working your whole stinking life, and then somebody who has a completely different body structure and body chemistry comes in and beats you every single time and maybe takes a scholarship away from you. Now that
could never happen, though.
Nah.
See, now that's where you conservatives do this every time.
Right.
You throw out this red herring and you say something like, oh, they're going to take a scholarship, or they're going to take a place in the competition, or they're going to take a trophy away from a female.
Yeah, it's already happened multiple times. All of those things have already happened.
Sorry?
Multiple times. Yeah. I'm sorry, too, because it's not fair and it's not right.
What a stupid world.
And it's amazing how fast we capitulated to that. It's like, oh, okay, yes, all trans should be able to compete wherever they want and do whatever they want and go to the bathroom wherever they want. Mm-hmm. All trans should. Trans men should go to the men's room or women's room, or trans women should be in the women's room, whatever.
Well, San Francisco, a liberal bastion, is actually ahead of the curve. I mean, you can go literally to the bathroom anywhere.
Anywhere?
Like on the street.
Oh,
on
right.
The sidewalk.
Right.
Like, I mean, you don't need a specific bathroom in that city.
That is forward thinking, man.
They're ahead. They're ahead of the curve.
You don't have to look around for a sign that says men's or women's.
Right.
You just go where you please. You pull down your pants and you poop right there.
Right there.
Just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Is it hurting?
I mean,
cleanup crew will come by later on, fix it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. They're making $175,000
I was about to say they are making good money too.
Yeah. So they're earning their keep.
Yeah, and so it's like you can make the case. Look, I mean, they've got a job to do.
That's right.
They're just doing their job. After I do mine, I can't. I just help.
It's so stupid.
That's it, y'all. We're closing it up. We're out of words to describe this planet.
So stupid. They claim, I mean, it was 0.3% a few years ago. Then it went up to 0.7%. Now I think they peg it at around 1% of the population is trans.
Right.
And yet we flipped our society completely upside down for it.
Remember, perception was 21%.
Yeah, 21%. Oh,
we
okay.
When you survey the populace, we think that 21% of Americans are trans.
21%? Come on now.
Now, that may be true eventually after what they're doing in all of these schools that heroes like Ron DeSantis are trying to stop.
Yeah, they're working on it really hard, trying to recruit and trying to propagandize all these kids into that lifestyle.
That commentary we had yesterday was brilliant, where it's a two-pronged approach. You take CRT, you tear down the white kids, and then you say, hey, but don't you want to be an oppressed minority? Maybe you should try being trans. And that's how they're doing it.
And it's happening. Mm-hmm. And they've made it hip and cool. And, you get a lot of attention now that way. And I think that's what's going on with some of these kids. And again, this isn't to say that all trans people are doing this. These are the activists. These are the militants in the gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, queer community, whatever you want to call it. These are the most militant of those people that just want to change society. A lot of people just want to be left alone, and that's fine. That's great. Do what you do. Do you. You do you. I don't care about that. What I care about is fundamentally changing the foundation of our society. What I do care about is what Michelle Obama said was coming.
And Barack knows that we are going to have to make sacrifices. Mm-hmm. We are going to have to change our conversation.
We did
We're
that.
going to have to change our traditions, our
Doing
history.
That.
We're going to have to move
that too.
into a different place.
Oh, we've done that. Big time. So that's the problem with it. And that's what we have to stand up against and say, no, we've had enough of this. David Hogg is back in the news. Remember David Hogg?
Oh, do I?
Gun control activist. Harvard whiz kid David Hogg took to Twitter to ask a very serious question about gun rights in this country. He really got down to the meat of the matter, I think.
Good.
If you need a license to kill a deer, why don't you need one to kill humans? What a thought provoker that is, Dave.
Yeah.
Plenty of people will think this is dumb. Good for you. I'm not looking for an election, and I'm entitled to my own opinion no matter how much you disagree. You don't give a license to people for something that's illegal, Dave. Nice try, though. Shooting animals is not illegal in hunting season. So that's why you get a license for that. But if you were to get a license for shooting a human, why, we'd probably arrest you on the spot.
But would you have to wait until September 1st to go and shoot
kill somebody?
Humans? Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to coincide with deer season, does it?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we could do it in the spring or summer.
Oh, to kind of fill that gap.
Right.
For the itchy trigger finger.
Yeah, you just practice on humans until you can get to deer season.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
How bizarre is that?
He's so dumb.
So stupid. You're a Harvard person?
Yeah.
You got into Harvard with this kind of slop?
Yeah.
If you need a license to kill a deer, why don't you need one to kill humans?
See, that little charity scholarship that they gave David Hogg to go to Harvard, it kept somebody out of Harvard. And I would love
some actually intelligent individual.
I would love to see that line of demarcation. Who just missed the cut? I hope it's a student of color. And I hope that somehow we can get that evidence made public to show, hey, look who's...
Well, because then people would be outraged.
Right.
Because if it's just some white kid, nobody cares.
Exactly.
Well, white kid got in and kept out a white kid. Who cares?
There's a document somewhere on the campus at Harvard that shows the name of the person that's just below that acceptance line that year. There's a story.
Mm-hmm.
David Hogg got accepted instead of this individual.
Because what's the acceptance rate at Harvard? I bet it's pretty low. If you Google that, it's probably, 7%, 10%, something like that.
I don't know. When they accepted
90% of people don't get accepted.
Yeah, I threw away the acceptance letter.
You did? Yeah. When you got accepted to Harvard?
And I think that stat was
It was
in
that
there.
meaningless to you?
Yeah, I didn't. I was like,
yeah, I don't believe
that's dumb. 5%.
5? Okay.
5%.
So it was even lower than the 7 I anticipated.
Are accepted. Yep.
5% acceptance rate, and he got in?
Mister, I can't.
Okay.
I cannot type a tweet with proper grammar. David Hogg.
Yeah. What a moron. The TSA has announced plans to implement gender-neutral screening at airport checkpoints. They announced new standards to screen transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming airline passengers at airport checkpoints. Again, it's this prevalent now that we're going to slice off another special thing that we do. The agency said the changes are to improve the screening experience for all passengers and announced them on International Transgender Day of Visibility. TSA also said the new standards will go into effect after the implementation of new technology that will, in part, replace the current gender-based system, which will be more accurate and advance civil rights and improve the customer experience of travelers who previously have been required to undergo additional screening due to alarms in sensitive areas. What?
I don't.
Alarms happen in sensitive areas for some people?
Is that a bomb in your...
Or... that's really interesting. I didn't know that. If the testing of the new technology proves successful, the agency will begin deploying the other updates to airports later this year.
Oh, good. I
including
bet they're less intrusive, right?
Reducing the number of pat-down screenings. Streamlining identity validation. Making TSA PreCheck more inclusive to include an X gender marker option on its application. That's one that's really important.
They'll catch up with the passports.
Right. They finally did it on visas. Now they're going to do it on the PreCheck, the TSA PreCheck. Updating its transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming passengers web page. They got a web page for them, too, to provide information to the traveling public on all gender-related updates.
Yeah, your tax dollars are going to pay the salary of someone whose job it is to create these trans travel pages at a .gov website.
So it doesn't really say how the trans and non-binary experience will be different from ours.
Oh, you doubt your government? Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I do, but I'd like to know what they're doing other than the X.
The X. They're probably, well, I bet what's going to happen, you're going to walk up to security, it'll be the dudes line, the chick line, the trans line, or the X line, right? And you can go over there and then they'll call you by your proper pronoun. And
won't that be nice? Oh, that'll be really pleasant.
So instead of the TSA agent yelling, "Sir, put your bag inside the bin," it'll be,
G.
Put that in the bag. Or
the XI thing. I think they'll yell G.
Yeah, how will they know? How will they know what to call you?
Because they don't.
Well, security won't know.
Yeah, there's no way you can tell.
I swear, if you call me sir, I'm going to get pissed. Now, I want to catch my flight, so I'm not going to get, overtly pissed. But I'm going to let you know.
Okay.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. Thank you.
It is ma'am.
Okay.
Call me they. They put your bag in the bin. Them, y'all.
That'd just be fun, really, to screw with them like that, since they're messing with us for these last 20 years. All right, if you're trying to sell your home, you know what a challenge it is. You know how stressful it can be. And you drive through your neighborhood and see how many homes are for sale. Sometimes that's really adds to a lot of that anxiety. Selling your home is tough, and you need somebody who can help you through that process and make it a lot less stressful, because you're working with somebody who knows what they're doing, somebody who has sold a lot of homes or helped people buy a lot of homes. Real Estate Agents I Trust. It's Glenn's company. He put this together, and his team fully vets these agents to make sure they're the best in the business. And they're fans of the show. So you're going to have that in common with them when you're, hanging out and looking through neighborhoods and doing all the things that you do. These are the people who are going to know the good neighborhoods and the good school districts and all of that means so much to you when you move. I mean, moving is huge. There's a lot that goes into it and a lot that happens because of it. Your kids make friendships based on where they live. They do well or not in schools based on where you live. It's an important process. You need the best agent you can possibly get. RealestateAgentsITrust.com. RealestateAgentsITrust.com.
Beware. Pat Gray is unleashed.
Let's check in with Ron in Virginia. Hey, Ron, you're on the Blaze.
Hey, Pat.
Hey.
Driving home yesterday, got a call from the CDC about 5 o'clock. wanting to do a survey, but she prefaced it with, are you on your cell phone? Because we know that's where we're calling you. And are you doing anything dangerous where you can't talk?
Yeah.
And they want to know my thoughts about the vaccine and mask.
Oh. And did you take the survey, or was it too dangerous?
No, I took it.
Oh, okay.
I
All right,
said,
good.
She goes, oh, also, I need to let you know this is being recorded. And I said, okay, record this.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Vaccination is fake. All this stuff is fake. You guys made all this up. I don't trust what you're doing. I don't trust any of it.
She have anything to say about that?
You know, sir. She was like, sir. I said, no, don't call me again. I don't want to hear about this. But they have time to call around and do a survey? Come on.
Yep. That's amazing.
So did she ask if you were wearing a mask while you were driving? Because, boy, I'm seeing that even more and more.
Oh, I see that all the time. Drives me nuts.
Yeah.
By themselves. Driving their own car.
Especially now when the masks are not required hardly anywhere you go. So it's really weird to see people driving around alone in their car with their mask on. Hello, stupid. Thanks a lot, Ron. Appreciate it. I can't believe they're doing surveys on that. What good is that? Are they going to capitulate now to the will of the American people finally? Are they trying to do a poll that shows them that people are just freaking sick and tired of this stuff? You notice they're not pushing the vax as hard as they were. I think they've come to the conclusion now that they got everybody they're going to get. And so a lot of the places that were giving vaccinations have kind of wrapped it up and sent it back or let it expire, whatever. Because it's expensive to keep that stuff on hand. It has to be kept at 100 below zero. So you don't want to have that kind of refrigeration going on forever. So a lot of them just dropped it.
Yeah, let's see. I'm just looking up fully vaxxed. Let's see. Yeah. It gave me...
Fully vaxxed is like 60, 65, 68% or something, right?
Okay.
At least one shot, I think, is at 80%.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so at least one dose is 77% of Americans.
Close. All right.
Fully vaccinated, you said 65?
Mm-hmm.
You're a winner.
Ding, 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 ding,
65% of Americans are fully vaxxed.
65%.
So 35% of us are not going to get it.
And they probably just finally realized, it's about what we're going to get. Yeah, it's even better than what we should have anticipated, frankly.
Congrats to Vermont. Pushing 81% vaccinated.
Fully vaxxed?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And remember, they had one of the worst breakouts when last we were having problems with that. So are the numbers going up? Is that why Fauci is saying we need to wear the mask again indoors? Have the numbers shot up? Let's see. COVID cases in the U.S., the 7-day average. No, it's about what it's been, 28,961 as of yesterday. 28,961 new cases. 63,950 last year on that day. Deaths, 7-day average. 604. That's the lowest I've seen since this thing began. 604 as of April 4th, which was yesterday. It was 815 last April 4th. So, we're doing really well. Why would you...
Yeah, need to back off.
Yeah, leave us alone.
Yeah,
okay?
Here is, if I could get this stupid screen to cooperate. Here you go. Here's where we're at. So, this was a bad time here in January. As you can see, the big spike there.
January was terrible.
Yeah, we're down here now. We're below where we were.
Wow.
Last year. We haven't been this low since last summer.
Okay.
So back off.
Yeah, so time to get off us.
Right. So
okay. Get off us.
Get off us. So this is the end of 2021, remember, or 2020, remember when that was bad?
Mm-hmm.
And then we had going into the early fall, and then January, oh my gosh. And now look at there.
Mm-hmm.
So back off.
Yeah. Everybody got it in January, including us.
That spike should have been 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then, not a doctor, not a biologist, it probably would have looked like this. Spike, and then done. Because the natural immunity, the herd immunity kicks in when everybody gets it. But here we've got the lockdowns, nobody's getting it, we're not interacting, we're Zooming, we're not doing the natural way. So we finally said, you know what, screw this. We're living our life. We got it, and now it's over.
In fact, that thing we played, was it on Monday we played the Fauci thing from years ago when he was talking about natural immunity? Do we still have that, Rob?
Oh, no. Well, Rob's not here. And
oh, that's right.
It's on
Rob's
his
not
computer.
here.
So.
Dang it. Because he clearly says the best kind of vaccine is natural immunity. And that was, I don't know, 15 years ago or something, 20 years ago,
gosh, yeah.
30 years ago. He was really young at the time.
And he's talking
he said
about
it.
the flu. He certainly wouldn't apply that to any other infectious disease.
And I'm sure that's how he gets out of that. But you know he meant that for everything. Because that is the best form of immunity, of a vaccine, is your own natural body defenses. And especially after you've had the disease and then you've got that natural immunity, that's the best there is. And it was interesting to see him say that years ago.
Hey, Marcus found the clip.
Oh, all right. Let's see
it. Do it, Mark.
Thank you, Marcus.
But she's had the flu for 14 days. Should she get a flu shot?
Well, no. If she got the flu for 14 days, she's as protected as anybody can be, because the best vaccination is to get infected yourself.
And
if she really has the flu, she definitely doesn't need a flu vaccine. If she really has the flu,
she should not get it again.
No, she doesn't need it, because it's the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself.
Yeah, what aren't you getting, stupid anchor guy? I'm trying to tell you. She doesn't need it over there, okay? She don't need it because she already got it, and so she don't need it. She's not going to get it now. You got it? She's not going to, because she's already got the best kind of vaccine over there. Natural immunity, okay? She already got it. Shut up. That's great. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I just...
Because I wonder what... Obviously, he would just say, well, yeah, that was the flu. That didn't count for COVID-19. That's what he'd say. That's your only out, right?
Sad little man.
Sad little man.
Oh, no, it's just a nightmare. And we are living our lives. Leave us alone. Now we're learning how to live with it. And it's just become a part of the human experience now. Thank you, China. Appreciate that a lot. I mean, thank you, bats. I meant the pangolin.
And we don't know what country it came from.
No.
That was insensitive of you to mention China. I don't. Were you thinking about Chinese food?
I thought there was a cave in China where these bats hang out.
Okay.
And then they are icky.
Right.
And then that's where it spreads from, naturally, of course.
Sure.
That is what I was taught by my government.
Yeah, don't mention China again, if you would,
Well,
please.
the cave was there. That's all I was insinuating, was the cave was there.
Yeah, but we can't talk about China.
There's a cave.
Now, if it came from Kansas, it'd be perfectly fine to say it came from Kansas.
Is that where the
Kansas
Wuhan
flu.
viral lab is?
Yes,
it's in
Wuhan, Kansas.
Wuhan, Kansas.
Wuhan, Kansas.
See, you learn stuff on this show.
Every day. Every day, and you'll do it again tomorrow. And we'll see you on Overtime coming up.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.